everyone. I'm back, and this video is going to be a follow up to my last video because I've gotten some questions, and I love this. Like, I'm really starting to enjoy making these and communicating this way because I feel like this is the first time in so long that I've actually been able to like speak and be heard without being interrupted or attacked or bullied. And it has just been so cathartic for me. And I'm just really grateful for all of you, everyone sending good vibes and praying and everything. I just love it. So, anyways, this video is going to be a follow up to the last video. The last video on this channel, I was talking about being around addiction when I was living in my pickup truck, and not so much as much in the RV, but more in the pickup truck. And I made that video because I wanted to clear some things up because there are some kind of understandable misconceptions, I think, happening and going around that need to be addressed for my own sanity. And like, but I've gotten some questions about that. So, and they're good questions too. So I want to answer them. The first thing is that when I keep forgetting that that I'm continually gaining new followers, and more people are paying attention, and maybe I don't mention my timelines enough, but the situation that I was referring to in the last video wasn't recent. It was 2 years ago. It was literally 2 years ago. Everything that's been going on in my life that's been crazy has been going on pretty much the last 2 years. Well, the extra crazy stuff has been going on the last 2 years. So that wasn't recent. And like I said, I don't, in my heart, I just hope that everyone that had any kind of interaction with me, all of you, I just hope for recovery. Like, I want you to have peace, and I know that you are all strong, and I know that you are intelligent, because I do remember witnessing that. And I just want the best for everyone. But it was a long time ago, and hopefully a lot of those people have found that peace. I'm hoping, right? Another question was, like, in the beginning when I'm like, yeah, I was hanging around these people, and then I'm saying these people are messaging me, and then I go on to say how I was trying to tell them, like, even though I knew I didn't have a whole bunch of influence because I was just kind of there, and I wasn't there for very long. Like, I didn't know them before, I didn't know them after, but when I was there was a few that I was like, stop doing this, stop. And so the confusion was, if you told them, then why are they asking you for it? And that's a very valid question, and this is my answer. So I want to say this group of people was like maybe 15, 20 people ish. You know how you just get little cliques, even as adults. Like, you get little cliques, people who are into the same things, that were kind of like always like around each other, and they all, no, that's not true, not all of them, most of them were into smoking meth daily, all the time, all day. But there were more than a couple that, from what I gathered from my observations from that time, they didn't buy it. So, I mean, these people had never offered it to me. I was offered it all the time, like regularly, to which I always declined. But it wasn't by any of these people particularly. These were kind of people who were like filtering in and out, and like kind of like on more peripheral, that were just kind of around, that I didn't really like. I never went to them and was like, hey, don't do this. Like, I wasn't that close with them. They were just there. And in their minds, I can see how they would see me in that group and just assume that I was doing everything in that group, even though I wasn't. And the whole reason that this came up was because just like 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I got a message in the middle of the night from one of those people, and um, he was asking me about, and I was like, I've never done that in my life. And then I went on to tell him that I can understand the confusion, why people might think that, why he might think that. And I also went on to tell him that I really do just want everyone to recover, and I hope the best. And, you guys are so much stronger than you think you are. And I believe that. I do believe that. It's not going to be easy, but it would be worth it. You just got to stop smoking that shit, right? So that was kind of the question. Like, I can understand how my story wasn't really lining up when I was saying, well, they're calling me, but it was different people. There was only, I would say, 2 people in particular that I felt more of a connection with, a friendship with. And I wish the best for both of them as well. I've been in my house. I've been fighting a lot of other outside demons, and which actually kind of brings me to my next point. Another reason that I don't carry any negativity towards any of you, if you're watching this, or any of them, if you're not one of them watching this, is because the way things have played out in the last 2 years since those times when, you guys were kind enough to hang out with me, you will never be the biggest villains in my life at this point. Like, there's no room. There's no more room on my villain roster right now between the lawyers and family and everything. Like, I only have so much, and everything inside of me is going to my fight for my children. I don't even think about, if you're in my past and you feel like you have wronged me in some way, I wouldn't worry about it, because I'm not worried. I don't think about it. Like, I am so focused on my children, my situation, and making a better life for us, for myself, and for our future. So, you'll never hear me call any one of them out by name ever, publicly, ever, because it was so long ago. I hope the very best for them, and there's not my biggest problem. Like, in no way, shape, or form would that ever inside of me be in any way even a flicker of comparison to what I'm dealing with everything else. And for anybody who's made it this far in the video and doesn't know what I'm talking about, you can go to the playlist on this channel, and it's called My Courthouse Kidnapping, and I have a lot of videos there. And I'll be adding more, and it's something that is an ongoing battle. It's something that the only hill that the universe could ever provide me that I am absolutely willing to die on is that for my children. They're everything. Like I said it in the last video too, like, if you never once resided inside of my uterus, you will always be competing for a second with me. Always, no matter what. It doesn't matter how old I am. It doesn't matter how old they are. They will always be my babies. They will always be my number one priority. And that's just that. Which brings me to my next point, my next question that I want to address the answer to. So anyone who has been following along with that story and this page, and or my Facebook page, or the Facebook page dedicated to my custody campaign, and just speaking out against all of the atrocities that are going on and what has happened, and kind of using my voice, because it's very much like the only leverage that I have right now. This is it. Like, this is it. And someone was like, well, you seem very understanding about addiction, which I am. I mean, obviously, I'm an addiction counselor. But when I speak of the woman who is currently raising my daughter on my Facebook page, and I refer to her as a meth head very blatantly, I want everyone to be very clear that I am absolutely using that in the most derogatory way that you could possibly think of. Like, I am a very understanding person, and I don't judge. I'm not judging you. I don't judge any of those people. That's their journey, and I wish them the very, very best. I don't judge anyone until you're raising my child. Then, yes, I care very, very, very much. And it is just apples and oranges. It's not even close to the same thing. I don't care what anyone does with their body. But if you're going to be around my child, taking care of my child, and my child is going to be left alone with you, I would like to know that you are clean and sober. Simple as that. You know, there's just like, there's no, and I'm not going to apologize for that at all. I am the most understanding person on the planet. But when it comes to my children, I am their mother, and I will continue to do what I need to do and say what I need to say in order to fight and protect what I know is right. So that's all. And yes, I am. And if you go look at that playlist, there are more videos coming. I've gotten through pretty much like the court proceedings of how all that went down, but I haven't even really touched what happened outside of court. And there will be a whole video coming on what I know about the woman who has full-on access to my beautiful daughter, and I do not. Because that needs to be heard. Absolutely. So that's kind of that. But thank you for tuning in again. And I really do like the questions, because none of these videos are scripted. I'm just talking. I'm just telling you what I know. I don't need a script because I've lived all of this, you know. And I'm speaking very much from my heart. Like, I don't have any reason to lie. I don't have anything to hide. I never have. So I just want to say, just thank you so much, everyone, for giving me a voice. And I want everyone to be grateful for your blessings and your challenges. I'm very grateful for my blessings and my challenges in life, all of them. And as always, have the day you deserve.